Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, if you want to get rid of your discomfort from your life or to dissolve the discomfort in your life, then you have to sit with your discomfort and figure out why the discomfort is there in the first place. The spiritual journey, the enlightenment journey, isn't about running away from life, isn't about running away from the struggle, pain, fear. The real spiritual journey is about examining our own experience so that we can figure out the root cause of the suffering and eliminating the root altogether so that we can be free. So, need to investigate. Thorough investigation is freedom. And thorough investigation will make us live life without inner conflict and without inner fear. Right now, the fear exists, the pain exists, struggle exists, which is basically the discomfort. So, question yourself why there's a discomfort in the first place. Figure out what is making you continue that life, or what is making you continue the sudden story in your own head that is making you suffer. Sit down and question. Sit down with your discomfort. Every time, notice, there's a discomfort in life. Everybody tend to distract themselves by running away from the discomfort, isn't it? By entertaining ourselves, which is entertaining our ego. We listen to the ego to let go the discomfort, to forget, to go away from the discomfort. The ego is telling, forget about this, align with something which will make you forget about the discomfort for now. And you listen and you entertain yourself. You entertain yourself with distraction. And there's a bunch of distractions available in the world, including the spiritual distraction. Meditation has become the distraction. Yoga has become the distraction. Most of the spiritual path that people are doing is to run away from life, is to run away from the discomfort of life, isn't it? You turn the awareness back to yourself and question yourself, is that true? If you are being part of meditation, yoga, whatever spiritual practice that you are in line with, are you using it to run away from the discomfort, or are you using to overcome the discomfort? And the answer is, we use it to run away from the discomfort. That's the tendency. If you are adding anything in your life, and that adding layer, any path that makes you go through experience, and that experience leaves you more ideas in you, basically the practice that adds more ideas in your head is the action that is taking you away from freedom. Anything you add in your head is basically running away from the discomfort. The action, the spiritual action should be about deconstructing or subtracting the mind. Subtracting the mind is the way to figure out the root cause of the discomfort. This subtracting is the way to undo the root altogether. So you reflect. Is your spiritual journey helping you to undo or add? So the simple approach to dissolve the discomfort, the inner struggle in life, is by sitting with the discomfort and questioning oneself why the discomfort is there, figuring out the root and eliminating the root. You don't need anybody to hold hands and walk together in this journey. A spiritual journey is a lonely journey. Aligning with the external teacher, chasing the external teacher is a distraction too. Instead of chasing the so-called guru, that time, those effort can be used in self-inquiry. And aligning with self-inquiry practice is the fastest way to be free, fastest way to see the inner truth, the plain sight truth, fastest way to not to lose yourself in the game that life offers. The outer guru got not much to give you. Even you chase guru, you're associated with guru. Guru has only few things to say. After getting the reference of the true spiritual work, it all comes down to you to do the real work. Everything you hear, get from the world is the idea. And that reference should be used to dismantle all ideas. That's spiritual journey. That's the journey to enlighten oneself. The journey is about dissolving the mind. Dissolving the mind means dissolving the ideas. Dissolving sounds a little confusing here. Dismantling or subtracting the all ideas to figure out what is there when all ideas are peeled away. And we need to see that, what is left. And that is the truth. That is the consciousness itself. And that is your true nature. You are consciousness, and the nature of the consciousness is conscious and empty. Empty. To get to that, you have to empty yourself. Right now, who you are is mind, full of ideas, full of perception, full of belief, isn't it? So to see your true you have to remove the layers. Removing the layers also dissolve the discomfort from your life. Taking out all the layers makes you see things as they are. You understand the relative world and you see the absolute truth. The journey itself makes you see things as they are. And when you see things as they are, you don't anchor in discomfort. You don't delve in that internal drama. You don't prolong that. But right now, the situation is different. Right now, what you have is the internal drama, isn't it? The narrative is continuing. You have to be part of the world. When you are being part of the world, you have to engage with the people. And when you're engaging with the people, the preference, the idea don't match, don't gel. And when you are not gelling, there's a conflict. The conflict leaves the mental idea in you. And with that idea, you're prolonging the dialogue. The dialogue is prolonged to how to win. And the ego is always want to win. Ego don't want to be seen as less. And who you are is ego. Your ego is so strong that you want to win. So the internal drama is there to win. If the situation is so intense that it's creating a fear in your life, then tendencies the ego is wanting to run away from the situation. There's only few things the ego is trying to do. Trying to control the situation by arranging the head and also putting out in the world with control, with resisting attitude, or running away. So controlling, resisting, and running away. These are the three qualities that the ego got to run the show. And that effort, controlling, running away, resisting, is effort. Effort that is bringing you discomfort in life. Especially when it comes to spiritual journey, one must investigate one's own attitude, one's own thinking. Why do I think this way? Why do I act this way? That those perception and action is putting you in discomfort. So today we're talking about discomfort. Sitting down with the discomfort and examining your discomfort is a straight way to freedom. Straightforward way to figure out the inner truth. So if this makes sense, you sit down and investigate. Sit down with the discomfort and stop distracting yourself by associating with the world. Spiritual journey, you don't associate with the world much. You only need few things. What you need is, here you go, witness yourself, turn the awareness back to yourself, trace your mind backward, or dismantle the mind, which is also subtracting the mind. Tracing, dismantling, subtracting is the same thing. So turn the awareness back to yourself, dismantle your mind, and ask yourself, who am I? This is what you need in the spiritual journey. And if you're going for more, your ego wants more. The ego is already taking you out of the real spiritual journey. So stop distracting yourself. If you want freedom, if you desire to be free from your inner conflict and fear, do the work. Okay? Relative world, yes, we can. In a relative sense, relative journey, yes, collective consciousness is good. Okay, we all human beings come together to make things better, make the environment better, make each other's life better, happier, peaceful. Yes, collective consciousness is okay. But when it comes to spiritual freedom, we gotta step back from the collective journey, and we have to walk on our own. Okay, so walk on your own in dismantling the mind. So sit with the discomfort, sit with your struggle, sit with your pain, sit with your mental and emotional stress, whatever discomfort is in your life today, sit with it and trace it back. Why am I experiencing this discomfort? That could be the start for real freedom in your life. Okay, I hope this video makes sense to you. um, Thanks for supporting this channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.